Hello Aquanauts, it's Monday on a Sunday. Your C word for this week is contagious, which is what I've been for most of the week. Hooray! And that's all we're gonna do with C words. Moving on.
TFTB.
So the basic premise when coming up with this alphabet theme was if you want to talk about the letter, then talk about the letter, and if not, connect it mildly somehow and then ignore it for the rest of the video. So this is going to be one where I ignore it for the rest of the video. Today, instead of talking to you about the letter C, what I would like to talk to you about instead is personality types. Alright, so the first part of this video is going to be a little bit of an explanation about how the personality types work. The second part of the video is going to be results, and if you want to do it too, which I want you to do it too because it's really fun, I will put the links for the thing down there below. And you can read it and see, hey, does this fit me or is this total nonsense? I don't like that I have two of these on each hand. I want them all in one place. I'm going to explain this to you now and save you a lot of reading. Here we go. Okay, so when you take this personality test, it's going to break it down into 4 preferences. You're going to get a 4-letter result, and each of these letters kind of deals with different ways that we interact with people in the world and how we think about the world. Alright, so the first letter you're going to get is either going to be an E or an I, and that means you're either an extrovert or an introvert. And this letter kind of distinguishes the differences between the worlds in which we all live. So there's a world inside of ourselves and the world outside of ourselves. All people do both, it's just which one do you do more of is going to be the letter that you're going to get. So it's kind of like, how do you define your life's direction? Is it externally or is it internally? And where do you get your energy? From yourself or from other people. The second letter that you're going to get is either an S for sensing or an N for intuition. Everybody uses data to make decisions in life, and we gather data in different ways. So sensing gathers data through like literal concrete 5 senses factual kind of way, and intuitive generates like abstract possibilities from information that's gathered. Everybody uses sensing and intuition. So the important distinction here is which method do you use to gather information? Which one do you trust more? Do you trust more of your 5 senses and concrete practical data? Or do you trust more like emotions without necessarily building upon the foundation of fact? So while the last 2 letters were based on how you gather information, the next 2 letters, either a T for thinking or an F for feeling, is how you make decisions. So when someone makes a decision based on logic and reason, they are operating in a thinking mode. And when someone makes a decision based on their value system or what they believe to be right, they're operating in a feeling mode. Everybody uses both of these to make decisions, but again, it comes back to what do you put more trust in? A thinker is going to make decisions in a rational, logical, impartial manner based on what they believe to be correct, and a feeler is going to make decisions on an individual case in a subjective kind of manner based on what they believe is right in their own value systems. So some decisions are made entirely based on a thinking or a feeling process, but most decisions involve some sort of thinking and feeling together. The decisions that you find most difficult are those in which there's conflict between the thinking and the feeling sides. And in those situations, your dominant preference will take over. The 4th letter that you're going to get when you take this test is either going to be a judging or a perceiving, a J or a P. And within the context of personality types, this refers to your attitude about the outside world and how you live your lives on a day-to-day basis. People with a judging preference want things to be neat and orderly and established, and people with a perceiving preference want things to be flexible and spontaneous. Judgers want things settled, and perceivers want things to be open-ended. Everybody uses both judging and perceiving in their day-to-day life, and within the context of a personality type, the important distinction is the way which you lean towards and which you feel most comfortable with. So now that you know what this means, I want you to go down to the link below that says find my, this is not an IQ, what am I going to name it? Find my personality type, and go to that website and just scroll down the page and there'll be a list, and it'll be like there's like 72 things, and you click yes or no, which one applies to you, and then you click submit and it'll give you your letters so you will know what they mean when you get it. After you get your results, I want you to go to the second website listed below, the personalitypage.com one. It has a lot of really good information on like careers that you would be good at, like relationship wise, what other personality types you'd be good at. It gives you a really nice overview of your personality type. And what else? Just a lot of really good information. So play around on there and then let me know, because I want to know. Which brings me to the second part of the video, which is results. So I am an INFJ. I am introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging. Okay, hi, so now it's Monday and I'm editing this whole thing, and just me reading you little parts of it is super boring, and also this video is already like crazy long. So if you want to go read about it, go down to the personality page one and you can just read about me, because then it's just better. It's just overall better. So just do that if you want to know. Yeah. And now I return you to your formally filmed program. Possible career paths for the INFJ: clergy, religious work, teachers, medical doctors, dentist, alternative healthcare, hippie, oh, chiropractor, reflexologist. I don't know, that sounds like gagging people. Psychologists, psychiatrists, counselors and social workers, musicians and artists, photographers, childcare, early childhood development. Woo! I found this very interesting. I've spent a lot of this day reading about all of the different types and parts and who you're compatible with and not compatible. Well, it doesn't really tell you who you're not compatible with, but it tells you who you're most compatible with, and it is very fun and interesting. So if you want to abandon the sea for this week and do this instead, I would greatly appreciate it, because I want to know what is your personality type, because I'm very curious. I think mine fits me rather well. There are some parts where I'm like, how did it know that? If you would like to make a video response to this video with your own personality type, if you're watching, then let me know. Everybody else on the channel, if you want to just abandon the sea theme for this week and do this instead, then I will be totally fine with that, because I want to know. So either put it in the comments below or make a video about it. I would love to watch it. I've been rather kind of nerdily obsessed with this all afternoon, so I would be very curious to know what your personality type is, and you know, if we can be friends anymore. We might not be able to be friends anymore. Sorry.